I really love this. Oh my god, I think I need to make one without the sleeve. Like this is so nice too. Maybe this one, we will see. Hi, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to shoot the right yarn combination for your crochet project. And today I'm going to talk about this yarn especially because I am working on this piece right now and I just love this yarn. I'm going to show you close up. I think you see this piece before on my community, and if you follow me on social media, you probably see me post this one a lot. And yeah, this is a top-down sweater. What is top-down sweater? The top-down sweater is the sweater that works from the neckline or the yoke part and down to the body part. I do have one video tutorial of heartbeat sweater, which is or was my first top-down sweater ever that I designed in this, in the top-down style. Oh my god, it's just, you know, the same word. But yeah, today I want to talk about the yarn because many people ask me, some of you on YouTube also reach out and ask how can I use the right yarn for the certain project. So I'm just gonna share with you my point of view. This is the basket that I take with me. I carry with me. I just have this. I never put close to my sweater. So I carry all the yarn that I have in the project. For example, this one, that's why I still have the thread hanging. And this is the perfect way for me to travel with the project that I'm working on. You still see the yarn hanging on because I'm still working on it. As you can see, the length is not yet to where I want to be. I plan to make this one the tunic length. And let's say this combination of the red and sage, I don't know if you can see the sage, like green, more like a green sage, which is, I have to take these two out. The red I use is this one. This, you see that two skein is kind of not the same, like slightly different, because this is a handmade yarn from EFA. What is EFA? Expression Fiber Arts, and they make the most delicious luxury yarn in the market. You can see this is the same colors, but because it's handmade, so it's turned out to be slightly different, and that is the beauty of handmade yarn. This yarn is a combination of 50% merino wool and 50% mulberry silk. So can you imagine? It's super soft. I double strand because the yarn is fingering weight yarn. Fingering weight is category 1. If you love to make your sweater with small thread of yarn like category 1 fingering weight, you can do that, but for me, I love the thickness when double strand. So double strand is like the name is already say, double the strand. So I take 2 strands, I held it together like that, and I crochet this yoke part combined with, I started actually with the red one, double strand, like all the whole piece is double strand, and I combined it with the sage. Let me see, this one. Yeah, it's more like, also the two of the skin are not quite the same, no? One is darker and one is slightly lighter, but it's so beautiful anyway when it's together. It's very metallic looking, so I combined it after I make the ribbing here when I start with the stitch. And what this stitch, you want to know what this stitch actually is very simple. It's how it's single crochet double crochet, single crochet, double crochet. I have a video of how I make this stitch on my Instagram. I did just like a short video to show the stitch because it's so beautiful, and I want to share with you, and maybe you can use this stitch on your any kind of your project. I will also add that video on my blog, like a short video of how I do it, so you can see that. I put the link, everything that I mentioned here, in description box below this video. So come to the point, how I choose the yarn to work in each project. Actually, I first have the yarn in hands. For example, this is collaboration piece with Expression Fiber Art. So I choose the yarn on their website because I really love the colors. For me, it's come from the colors that, you know, inspire me to make something. So when I see the colors, and I was like, okay, I know it's a fingering weight, and I know I need to double strand, because I like I said, I love to have my work thicker than you know, how to say it. I actually use a lot DK weight yarn and Aran weight yarn in my work. DK weight is category 3 and Aran weight is category 4. And another yarn that I love is spot weight yarn, is category 2. Even though I combine this fingering weight yarn together from, you know, it's category 1, it should be more likely like a spot weight yarn, but to me somehow is kind of like almost DK weight. So if you don't understand all of this name, I will put the link also for you to have a look on Ravelry. They have like a board. I put the screenshot here for you. This is the board that I use when it comes to yarn weight, and I still have to go back every time to check the certain yarn weight when I'm working on a certain project. So I have this screenshot always on my desktop, and I think it would be useful if you, like me, sometimes I forget, oh, what kind of yarn this one, and then I can have a look what category of this one, because some people go by category 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, like a bulky weight and so on. But I go by the name, like fingering weight, spot weight, DK weight, Aran weight, and bulky, super bulky. So this chart that you can see already, it has everything, show you the weight of the yarn and also the name of the yarn, like a fingering or the category number. Does that make sense? So you can download this or screenshot when you go to Ravelry and just save it on your desktop. This way you will be able to come back and have a look every time you need the information. So let's come to the yarn weight. Like I said, I like to double the strand. First, I didn't know it yet if it's going to be too thick or too thin when I double the strand, because even though I know it's fingering weight, but because it's handmade yarn, sometimes yeah, it's just also the way I work with it. If I use the smaller hook, it will be very tight. Like if I use small hook for this project, it will be very tight, and if I use big hook, it will be loose, the piece. So I'm kind of wanting to have in between. It's not too tight and it's not too loose. However, you can see this stitch is pretty neat, and it's because I use the hook that is perfect for this, in my point of view. And how do you know if the hook it would be perfect for your work? For me now, I have been working a lot with the yarn, and you know, over this past, I don't know, 5 years. So I kind of have an idea. For example, when I see the yarn, I know exactly what the hook I want to use. Not exactly, but I kind of have an idea, and when I pick up the hook, it just works like immediately. But when I was starting on, you know, designing and making clothes, I just play with it. Like I just pick the hook that I think it will work, and I try it on, and if it's not work, I change the hook. So this is the way you can find the right hook for your work, for your yarn, and the design that you want to create. So just play around and don't be afraid to make a mistake. Make as many swatch as possible. If you don't know what is swatch, I'll put the video here what is get swatch, so you will learn a little bit more about the get swatch, because the get swatch plays a big role in designing and create a garment, and also to learn on, it's help you to understand the pattern that you read better. So learn about the get swatch and you will understand more about crochet garments and how to actually design one that fit you, or read the pattern and make it fit you. So yeah, you just have to make many swatch and see which how to say it, the feeling when you hold the swatch. For example, if I use this double strand with the hook 4mm hook or 4.5 or 5, it would be very soft and loose, but the stitch, it won't be so neat. So this piece I use the hook 3.75, and it's just perfect for, you know, like the design that I wanted to make, which is this double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, single crochet. It's pretty much just double crochet, single crochet actually, but I use different colors. Like one round I use red and one round I use green, and for that it makes the texture look so nice. So yeah, make many swatch as possible with different size of hook or different hook size until you find the one that you like the most. And also, you know, using the right yarn is one thing, using the right hook for the yarn also another thing. So you just have to play around. The design that you need or you want to incorporate into your pattern, the work that you want to create is also important with the hook size. For example, if I'm going to make something like a legacy style, I won't use 3.75 hook with this double strand yarn. I will be using 4 or 4.5, but because this design, this stitch, I love it to be this way, like tight a bit and not too tightened. So I think 3.75 work perfectly for this one. And yeah, like I said, just play around. Now come to the color of the yarn. Why do I choose this combination of red and sage green? Because I actually have more color. Like I have this brown that I already put it on. Yeah, I wanted to show you. This is the brown. I got 2 packs from them. So one pack has, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4. One pack have 4 colors, so 2 pack, 4 colors still, but I have like double amount so that I can double strand it. And like I said, it's handmade, and even the same number is slightly different. So this is a brown color, and I also have this dark, more like a blue. At the moment they run out of this yarn. So if you want to get the same, you can send them an email. I put the link also for this yarn, and they will let you know when it's come back to stock again, when they have again for sale. And another color is also green, but slightly different green than the one I have. You see, also two skein is not the same. This is darker, this is lighter, but I think when I double strand it will be very beautiful. So why I choose to start the yoke with red and this green, because I feel like I was like, you know, thinking long time also what color should I combine it. But I feel like when I see like nature has this color, like I see the fruit, I think I saw rose hip tree, and it's like green and red, and I feel like, well, this would be nice together. So I just start, and you know, if I don't like, I would just undo it again. So it's all about you, like what you want your piece to be. My work is always inspired by nature and what I see when I walk, you know, to the forest, and this is what I pick up along the way. So I was like, okay, this green and red would be so nice together, and I really love the combination. And then when I decided to, first I didn't know that I'm gonna make a tunic length, and I still not there yet actually. So I was thinking, okay, when I come to the waist part, like this here, my waist, where I want to decrease to have a slightly shape on my body, I prefer to have darker color. I don't know if you see my Sophia off-shoulder tunic sweater. I also changed the color on the waist line, and I think, okay, the brown would make the waistline more obvious, because if I use the same color it won't show so much. It's just my point of view, so just, you know, sharing my own thoughts. And then I changed to this color, and now my plan is when I hit to this length, you know, around, before I have to increase again on my hip, I'm going to change into this color, which is blue. And I think it will look super nice because somehow I like the blue to, I don't know, in my point of view, the blue would make it even nicer for the hip. It's just my imagination. It's just, you know, the colors that I think would look best in this piece. Maybe you will have a different ideas when you have all this yarn in your hands. So there's no rules that you have to use this color with that colors. I wanted to say that even you have to paint your tree in purple, nobody would say anything to you, because either art that you paint on a canvas or the crochet garment that you will crochet it into a piece of art that you can wear, or you would say wearable art, is really up to you. It's totally up to you. Just play with the colors and don't be afraid with mixing the colors, because it is your freedom to do what you want to wear. And yeah, that's it for this video. And for the arm, yeah, maybe you asked what about the sleeve. I was thinking also gonna mix all the color into the sleeve. We'll start with everything that I have on the body and all the color that I will be used on this piece, and yeah, we're gonna put on the sleeve with a big cuff, I think. But things changing all the time. And if you want to start this project right now, if you ask when I'm going to share this video tutorial or pattern on my blog, this will be shared after I finish the design. But now my team already start testing this one, and I'm so excited because this design I create everything from my side to 5XL by myself. Let's see how things turn out. I'm so excited. And if you want to start this project now, I have a Patreon site where I teach advanced crochet and, you know, intermediate level as well as crochet business. If you want to know more about that, I put the link under this video. The Patreon site is the place that helps the artists like myself be able to continue to share what we love to do, which is crochet. And there are many artists there already, either musician, painter, everything, like writer. So for those who actually love the craft that I do and the thing that I share online and want to support me and able to start the project side by side with me, actually this is the first design that I do this way. I start the classroom this way. Usually this pattern is going to be for January because the pattern of December is already there for everyone to download. So usually I would share the patterns, 2 pattern minimum per month, and also the video tips, designing tips, lesson, everything that I learned in each piece that I create, and also the tips for start and grow the business when you join the business level. And yeah, you will get this pattern downloadable on January for my patron. But because I feel like, you know, I'm still working on it and I'm still going to make it like a tunic length, and I think would be so much fun to have you, my patron, to, you know, crochet along with me. So yeah, if you feel like this is something you want to join and you want to be part of my community on Patreon and want to support this, you know, classroom and journey with me, I'll be so happy to have you join us there. And for those who are my YouTube family and feel like you want to wait to learn this pattern or this tutorial on my channel, you can learn when the pattern is ready. I think it's a couple weeks before we are done with the, you know, tester and everything and publish the pattern. For those who just want to purchase the pattern, as always, you can get the pattern once it's ready in Ravelry and Etsy shop. But yeah, I think Patreon is a fun journey to embark together and to grow together this way, because I pretty much constantly thinking what I can teach and what can I share with you to help you grow on your crochet skill and business, because when I share, I also grow with you. And in 2021, for this space, our YouTube channel, I'm going to teach you more of the beginner level, because I think many of you who are using video tutorial, you just start your journey. So I want to teach you the beginner level and the thing that actually you don't need to be in advanced to make it beautiful. I want to make something super simple but beautiful. Also going to show you how to measure your body alongside me. This way you learn more than just repeat after me, and then you can join me and us on our Patreon site. Yeah, I'm so excited. Let me know if you still have any question about how to choose the right yarn for the project, the right yarn weight and the size, hook size, and also the colors. I would love to know your point of view. What is the color combination that you love? Let me know in the comments below. This way I learn more a bit about you, what color that you would think is go well together. All right, my friends, I see you next video. Happy crocheting. Bye bye.